Hang tight, guys. We'll let a few people roll in and then we will get cracking. If you are active in the chat, say hello. We can talk a little bit before we get started. Who's watching? It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I think a lot of people probably didn't see notifications yet, but we'll let it run for a few more minutes. Let some people roll in. Who's in the chat? We've got El Remo Adventures. Good evening. Thank you. I'm glad you're here and that you think this is awesome. Fake Off Toys, what's up? Nice to see ya. Ian Woodrow, good morning. It is 11:30 p.m. 30 minutes until midnight here in Tokyo. Kids just went to bed. I'm just having some nice, relaxing, quiet time now with you guys. And I don't really have any definite plans for how long I'm going to do the stream, but we'll get through this bag, and I doubt this bag will take much longer than, a half hour or more. But I want to also talk to you guys and just chat, update a little bit, and then maybe I can field some questions and maybe do some other show and tell related things for those of you just kind of having a lazy weekend. And then I also have a bonus bag of bootleg Toy Story Legos that we can maybe look at later if you guys want to. If you guys don't want to, we don't have to. But I found that was another junk bag that I found recently. We've got E. McNeil. What's up? Good morning. I would imagine all of you watching from the US, it is the morning. If you're watching from the West Coast, it's going to be really early in the morning. But I think we've also got some people watching from Europe. We've got some people from UK and Spain in the chat. But we will go ahead and I'll just tell you what we're doing today, because I used to do these. Believe it or not, I used to do live junk bag streams like a couple times a month. I think almost every week for a while. But it's been harder to find good junk bags, and then a lot of times I don't have the patience to hold on to them, and I end up wanting to just kind of sort through them myself. It's a bit of stress relief for me to sort through these bags of stuff. And I do find bags of other stuff, but these keshi bags, I don't pick as many up as I used to. It's just harder to find. But yeah, I got this bag at Microcon in Nakano Broadway for 2,500 yen. And let's see if I can actually get this to focus. Yeah, live stream camera options are not great. It's hard to focus on things. But anyway, that's about $20 roughly, a little less actually, exchange rate. So you get all these beautiful gems in here. And I picked this one up specifically because I liked pretty much everything that I saw in here. And I don't typically see that in these smaller junk bags. So we're gonna crack it open now that we've got some people in the chat. What's up, John W? John, I know you've been asking for the live streams. A few of you guys have been asking for the live streams, so here we are. I'm glad that the ones that I remember asking for live streams, I'm starting to see pop up in the chat, so that's awesome. How's everyone doing? Is everyone having a nice Saturday morning or afternoon? I know it's afternoon for those of you in Europe. How about Australia? What time is it in Australia? Anyone watching from Australia? Like I said, we are about 25 minutes to midnight here in Tokyo, and we are going to be opening this bag of vintage Japanese keshi. And if you're not familiar with keshi, they are just rubber eraser toys. Most of these were sold in gashapon machines or in candy toy boxes, and sometimes also in like little box sets. But we've got a nice variety of Kaiju, Ultra Kaiju. We got some Sailor Moon. We got some 90s anime like Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho. We've got some Sentai characters. We've got some Kamen Rider, it looks like. Dragon Ball, Kinnikuman. Yeah, got some Vampire Teeth too. But yeah, let me... I was planning on filming this top down, but when I was filming it top down, the tripod legs were in the shot and it was driving me crazy. So I like this because I can kind of just move it around a little bit more easily. But if you guys are having any trouble with like seeing or hearing anything, let me know in the chat. All right, well, we got about a little over 10 people in the chat now, so I think it's a better time than any to just go ahead and crack this baby open. And if you're new, welcome. Check out the channel after the stream. I've got a lot of Japanese toy-related content, interviews with Japanese toy makers, toy hunting in Japan, a little bit of this and that. But yeah, I do love Japanese keshi and old gashapon toys from the 80s and 90s. And I love nothing more than to crack open a bag and go through it. And those of you that have joined me on my streams in the past, I would tend to get frustrated with people in the chat sometimes and get a little short-tempered. So I kind of stopped doing them for a while. And it wasn't because of any of my normal members or viewers. It was people jumping in the chat and just being, you know, being rude people. But yeah, I'm actually doing this time just to relax and talk to you guys. Been going through some medical issues again, which I've posted about on Patreon. For those, I don't want to go into a lot of details, but yeah, just some issues. There's a few different issues going on, and yeah, I need to kind of get to the bottom of everything. But some issues with my heart and other things going on, but I think it's all right now. I'm going back to the hospital on Monday to get some more confirmation, but I did end up in the emergency room a couple days ago and got all my vitals and things checked out. Got some scans and x-rays so that I know that my lungs and everything else are all good to go. But yeah, there's just some hereditary things with my heart, plus some things that have been going on recently that may have not helped that. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'll let you guys on Patreon. I'll let you guys know, most likely a Monday or Tuesday. But for those of you that aren't a member, if you'd like to support the channel and get further updates and also have access to weekly toy sales where I sell stuff like this, please click the link in the description or in the chat. I have it pinned there, and you can, for as little as $1 a week, $4 a month, you can join. Buy it. I do like sales twice a week now. It was like, hey, $1 a week you can join a private toy sale, but now it's like $1 a week you can join several private toy sales, plus all the other perks that I have. And my toy sales are kind of like this. They're this kind of format. They're just pre-recorded. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. And I don't know. Where should I start, guys? Let me know in the chat. Should I start picking out some of the tokusatsu, some anime? I see some Gundam in here. Where should we start? How about I'll leave the big guy. Let's start here. Let's just start with a little ultra guy. Let's see how close I can get to the live stream camera with it actually focusing. I wonder if I push in closer to the light, maybe that'll help. Is that helping? Can you guys see? That was a weird effect of me pushing this through the table. Watching on my monitor there. Yes, thank you. Yeah, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be sitting here by myself thinking too much about medical stuff, and I haven't been able to sleep very well because of that the last couple of nights. So doing this is kind of a good way for me to kind of just wind down and tire myself out and go to sleep. So I'll probably be here until I'm about to pass out. So anyway, first up here we have Ultraman. This is not Father of Ultra. What is this guy called? He's like the grandpa. Is he King? Ultra King? It's from Ultraman Taro, which I never watched, but I did watch bits of it. But he's got that nice little cape right there. And like I said, 99% of this stuff will be available on my Patreon. I sell everything from keshi and gachapon to soft vinyl toys, vintage toys of every kind. I specialize in the 80s and 90s stuff, but yeah, I get a lot of requests for things like Devilman, Astro Boy, Dragon Ball, Godzilla, Ultraman. So yeah, you know, those kinds of things. But yeah, anyway, let's start a little Ultraman pile back here, because we've got a few of these little gray guys. We've got a little gray Ultraman there in his Spacium Beam pose. Now, I don't know every single line of Ultraman Keshi. There are a ton of them. there was also an armored line of Ultraman Keshi produced around this period. I like this Baltan Seijin, one of my favorite Ultra Kaiju, or Ultra Aliens, I guess. He's mostly small, human-sized, in most of his appearance in the show. And any more that I see here? No, I don't see any more. How about the chat? Yeah, you saw Zeton? Yeah, we'll talk about Zeton in a little bit. Also, let me know if that light is way too bright. Is this good? Is this view all right here? Like, I just kind of got half the pile in the view, and then I can kind of just pull stuff to the side here. I will go ahead and take these out of the way. I thought these were kind of random to have in there. Just some vampire teeth, some old Halloween teeth, which, you know, no idea if this has been used. Probably has been used, but it's in its, you know, pile of rubber from the 80s and 90s. All of this keshi is, you know, 30, 40 years old. So yeah, these plastic teeth are as well. And so is that bacteria. So yeah, I usually try to rinse these off or give them a wipe down. Typically when I bag stuff up, if it's junk bags, I wipe it down with these Japanese alcohol wipes to sanitize everything. All right, we've got a sumo. Little sumo series. There's a few different sumo series. Some I know were actually sculpted after actual sumo, and it looks like this face is sculpted after an actual sumo that existed. I'm not a sumo professional, so don't ask me to if it's not Yokozuna. I don't know. We've got some cars. These aren't. I mean, the keshi cars aren't as collectible. The omake cars that are made of plastic with multicolors are more collectible than these. There are some cool ones. I don't really hold on to these guys for my personal collection. Although I do have a nice little selection of pastel 80s cars and motorcycles. There's also, you'll see a lot of packs of race car keshi like this and packs of multicolored keshi. Sorry, I need to move back. I'm just looking at my monitor and realize anytime I go up any further than this, it just blurs out, huh? All right, well, here's the safe zone. I'm gonna mark it on my desk. This line right here. Stay, there we go. Yeah, stay behind that line. Me. We've also got some Yu Yu Hakusho. What's this guy's name? He's like the secondary main character that looks kind of like Vegeta. Hiei, right? Hiei, I believe that's his name. He's got a little sword there. I like the Yu Yu Hakusho keshi. They have a different feel and color than a lot of the other ones produced at that time. There's some cool sculpts. I'm always tempted to keep some of these sculpts, especially the chunkier bad guys and stuff. Let's see, we'll put Hiei there. Yeah, there we go. I was right. Thank you guys. Thank you for confirming my well, yeah, what I thought. I've not watched much of Yu Yu Hakusho actually. I've seen the very first 2 episodes. I watched them the day they debuted on Cartoon Network Toonami after school. I watched the very first American airing of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I watched episode 2. I thought it was super intriguing, and then I never just caught up with it. And then later on, years later, I saw a whole segment of one of the Dark Tournament series, I believe it was called, which was badass. My friend Adam showed me that. Really cool. And yeah, so I know some of these characters' names. I remember all these characters. I just don't remember all of their names. But I know she is also from Yu Yu Hakusho. So we'll put her over here. So we've got a nice little Yu Yu Hakusho lot going that we'll have up for grabs on Patreon. Let's see. Do we see any more Yu Yu Hakusho? This guy is not Yu Yu Hakusho. What is this guy? Is this guy a Ronin warrior or a Saint Seiya? He's very... I don't know, he's got more of a mech armor. Is this like a Gundam dude? Like a SD Gundam dude, but he's a humanoid? Or is this a different line that I don't recognize this line. This looks really cool. I like this sculpt. We will put it in the, I usually have a miscellaneous unidentified pile that I will Google image search or ask friends and figure it out. So we'll put him, actually put him over here for now. Let's see what we got going on. The tournament, yeah, that's what my friend said when he was playing a Yu Yu Hakusho game. I think it was a Super Famicom game. It's like a turn-based fighting system, which I thought looked super boring. And I was like, dude, that game looks so boring. And he was like, no, man, this is so fun. Have you ever watched this show? And I was like, yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. And then he was like, oh, you've got to watch this tournament. And it was like, we were both working at Amazon. No. We both worked at the same place for a little while. Anyway, there was a period where I would ditch work. This is when I was in the USA. I would ditch work and go to his house. I was working at the Amazon factory, and it was a awful job. Yeah. So I would ditch and go to his house, and we watched Aliens, because I'd never seen Aliens. And we watched a huge chunk of Yu Hakusho. Good times. Yeah, fuck the Amazon warehouse. If you work there, I have friends that work there that love it, but I also have friends that hate it. So I guess it just depends on what kind of person you are and what you can take. I couldn't take it. Hey, here's one I'm gonna be keeping for my personal collection. This is probably the only piece I'm gonna be keeping, although this technically goes with it because this is Nobita and Doraemon. And my son collects Doraemon stuff, and he's kind of infected me with Doraemon. So I pick up unique Doraemon stuff, and I have some Doraemon for sale. I have a bunch, actually. I have some vintage Doraemon Sofubi, and I have some unique 90s Doraemon, like electronic toys, battery powered toys, and then yeah, but these 2 I'm gonna keep probably. So yeah, I'm gonna put these over here for the keep side. But check it out, Doraemon has a removable head. You don't see these little peg joints like that on Keshi often. Man, I wish I could focus better on these live streams. I mean, I guess this is all right. I'm keeping it right there. I thought this guy was going to be impossible to shoot, but it looks like you can see him. It's Vegeta. This was another line of Dragon Ball Keshi that were super micro-sized. I think that's what they were called, like mini micro something or other. But yeah, we'll start a little Dragon Ball pile over here. I do have a bunch of Dragon Ball stuff I've been meaning to post for sale. Let's see here. What else we got? We got some Gundam. Any Gundam lovers in the house? I watched a couple episodes of Gundam Wing. I watched some scenes that friends recommended and thought they were awesome. But other than that, I haven't seen much Gundam. This one still got his weapon on his sprue. Hasn't been taken off. So yeah, you'd have to, if you'd get this in the gashapon machine, it would come like this with a piece of paper and maybe one other Gundam figure, and you'd have to cut the gun off of his shoulder and stick it in his hand. Usually these are missing, so that's good. We'll start, actually, you know what? I have a feeling this guy might be Gundam adjacent, so I'm just gonna put him over here and I'll figure him out later. Unless someone has left it. Did anyone know what he was in the comments or in the chat? Anyone know? I'll show again in case anyone showed up. Anyone know what this guy is? He's the only one I haven't been able to identify yet. And I could just Google image search him here, but I'm not going to. That would require me to unlock my son's iPad and try to remember what his password was, and then you guys have to wait for me. That's not fun. All right, let's see. Here's another oddball. I know this character's name. He's from a manga and anime series that's got a short title. It's like a 3-letter word. This was not famous in the States or anything, so this might have had more popularity in Europe. Any people in Europe or South America recognize this guy that's watching? I know there's a few anime that were like fairly popular in Central and South America and parts of Europe, but like never really made it to North America. I think this is one of them, but I don't know his name. I could be wrong too, but I do recognize him. Don't know his name. He is gonna go, I don't know. I'm gonna have a miscellaneous pile over here. Let's get some more Ultraman going, because we got a lot of Ultraman stuff in here. I like this one. This one's sculpted to look like the suit. Like you can even see like the wrinkles in the suit. That's pretty cool. It's not a stylized, interpretation. It's a stylized interpretation, but they've actually added the suit wrinkles. And is this, man, my eyes, is this Ultraman Jack? I think it is Ultraman Jack. I can see the double lines in his, it's probably way bigger to you guys, but for me it's tiny, tiny, tiny. And I definitely need glasses, I've noticed. Hold on, let me back him up. Maybe you guys can see it there. How about now? Yeah. Ride armor for Mospeeda. Yeah, that's you know what? That's what I was thinking. Mospeeda. He's got the motorcycle, or like some kind of like motorcycle and helmet. He does have that vibe. If that's not what he is, that's definitely a good guess. I'll double check at the end of the stream. But yeah. Anyway, Ultraman Jack here, and I had, where's my Ultraman pile? Oh yeah, it's over here. Ultraman pile is over here. Let's move the fangs out of the way. You guys in the Halloween spirit yet? They've started putting up Halloween decorations and, you know, things here already. Fall stuff. If you go to the 100 yen shops like Daiso, there's Halloween stuff everywhere already. And then just like the States, the day after Halloween, Christmas goes up here. Here we've got another in, now, wait a second. This guy is, I get this guy sometimes in loose bags. Is he a Yu Yu Hakusho character, or is he a Kaijin from Kamen Rider? Because he looks so close to the wolf Kaijin, the wolf man. But I think he's from Yu Yu Hakusho. One way to tell is to see if it matches the color of the keshi. And it's pretty close. She looks like she might be a little faded though. Is that a Yu Yu Hakusho character? Michael Werewolf, is that his name? Harjukazada, welcome to the chat. Yeah, Michael Werewolf's going over here for now until anyone tells me different. All right, let's see here. Ooh, who's this? Is this Rita? Oh my God, it's Rita Repulsa. Holy shit. I don't even like Power Rangers, but I know who Rita Repulsa is. I know that's not her name in Japanese. In the Sentai show, Zoo Ranger, she's got a different name. But I might have to hold on to this one. I don't know. If I've got a Patreon member that is hell-bent on this, if I'm not mistaken, this is either her or someone very close to her. I'm pretty sure that's her. Right? This looks like Curse of the Werewolf. Yeah. I mean, there's so many. I don't know. I might put him over here in the unidentified pile. I don't know. I'll put him in the middle. How about that? Because he might be. He might not be. There we go. All right. Yeah. Is that Rita Repulsa? Yeah. Fake off toys. All right. Cool. Well, that was cool. And then she's pink too. Because, you know, typically when they make keshi, they make each character in a few different colors. And I don't really like when they're green typically. It depends on the character though, but pink is usually my favorite. And finding her, she's probably the only character that I liked. I just thought she was so over the top, and anytime she was on screen, I thought it was great. Not a Power Ranger fan, never collected Power Rangers. I was too old when it came out, but I really enjoyed the over-top tokusatsu stuff in it. Let's see. We got some more Ultraman, Spacium Beam, and I think is that another Jack? Yeah, it looks like he's got the panel lines on his chest. So it looks like we got maybe a lot of Jacks here. Let's check the chat. What's up? We got Retro Remy in the house. What's up, man? And we got Lance. Did I miss anyone else? Echo Cortez. Did I say hello to everyone else? Yeah, pink's the best. I mean, I like the keshi color, like the fleshy keshi color, like this. But yeah, pink. Speaking of the pink, we got another. I'm assuming this is just another monster from Super Sentai Zoo Ranger or one of those shows. So I will make a little. I don't know. I'll make a little mini pile here. Maybe I'll sell these as like a little mini lot. Like you get a little Vegeta, you get a little monster. Who's this? This is a Kamen Rider person, I believe. I believe this is a Kamen Rider character. I don't know his name, but I believe he's Kamen Rider. Anyway, he fits perfectly in this little lot of mini toys that are different colors. I love putting things together that are different colors. It's my favorite. You've even got some Crayon Shin-Chan in here. I used to have this entire line. This line, it comes with him in a bunch of different poses. There's one where he's holding like a dead frog. There's one where he's in the Action Kamen pose. But they all come with these suction cups on the bottom. And you've got his whole family. They've got his dog. But yeah, that's cool. I like the 90s Crayon Shin-Chan merchandise, especially the keshi. But yeah, I'll have to make a new little lot here. I don't know. I'll stick them over here. All right, we've got some more Ultra Kaiju. And this is Zerab, right? Zerab. I liked his appearance in Shin Ultraman because they gave him his back was completely like translucent or transparent, so it's just you can just see his innards inside. He looks like a piece of he looks like a foil that's been form fitted, but he's wearing a trench coat and stuff. Yeah, cool little keshi here, and I like that we've got a variety of colors already with our big ultra keshi are all different colors, which is nice. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm whispering because it's late and the music seems like it's gotten louder. So I'm gonna volume the music a little bit and speak a little bit louder. Unfortunately, no tullies for me. As much as I want some, because I have some in the refrigerator. How's it going, Chris? Yeah, I'm dealing with some heart issues at the moment, so no caffeine. I can basically, I have to really limit my sugar, try to keep it natural, like fruit-based sugars. So I'm basically just drinking water, fruit juice, and trying to only eat greens and like chicken. So yeah, unfortunately, no coffee. At least until this is all sorted out. But yes, that being said, it is now approaching midnight, which is fine with me, because I'm gonna be up. So I'll hang out as long as you guys are here. All right, where should we go next? Let's we still have some stuff here off the camera that you guys can't see. Let's get it all on screen. All right, we've got, this is Ultraman Jonas Brothers, the Jonas Brothers Ultraman. He is the animated one from 1980 or 81, 79, around that era. Sometime between 79 and 81. I never saw it. I know it's a standalone movie. It's got its fans. Cool design. And we'll put him over here with the Ultraman. He's the biggest one we've gotten so far. Let's see. This guy is also from a manga anime thing. I looked this up not long ago because I found these with their bicycles and they were cool. They had two different they had bicycles that were different, or motorcycles that were different colors than the figures, but they're not Kamen Rider or anything. I don't remember the name. He's got a microphone, which is interesting. I guess he's announcing something. He's got a musical star on his head, so I guess he's singing karaoke. Wearing a bandana. He's cool. But no motorcycle, unless it's buried in there, but I don't think it is. So he's gonna go over here in the miscellaneous section over there. We do have two Sailor Moons. Kiefer, what's up, man? Glad that I'm coming in loud and clear. Harajuku Zad said he used to have that one in blue, but it was all bent. What you're talking about, that one over there? Oh yeah? I said 90%, actually, pretty much everything except for the Doraemon and the Radio Repulsa are going to be available on Patreon. So, and I have fallen behind on sales by weeks. So I have tons of Keshi for sale, tons of Sofubi for sale, tons of Godzilla, tons of Ultraman stuff, tons of Devilman, tons of everything. So yeah, I will be posting a massive pre-recorded video sale tomorrow on Patreon. So if you'd like to participate in that, if you're not already a member, because I can see that a lot of you are members that are in the chat. So thank you guys for your support. But if you're not a member and you want to join exclusive private Japanese sales of vintage toys, occasionally some modern stuff, but stuff that's harder to get. And I am still shipping to the US, and I ship internationally, so any country is fine. But yeah, Sailor Moon, look, I think it's Sailor Moon, right? Sailor Moon? I believe these are Sailor Moon. Well, these are not Sailor Moon specifically, these are characters from Sailor Moon. And this is a nice little line that's similar to the Cross-Up line. I don't know if these were called Cross-Up. Cross-Up, there was a series of Bandai produced lines called Cross-Up or Cross something, and they extended throughout Dragon Ball, Street Fighter, Saint Seiya, Fist of the North Star, and Sailor Moon. And they have varying degrees of what they call them, but Kurosu is basically a play on the word cross, but also clothes, the phonetic katakana of clothes. So yeah, they all have plastic clothing or armor that you can take off, and typically with the Dragon Ball ones, they'd be like naked underneath, but I don't know, should I take off Sailor Moon? Yeah, they're just wearing like little bathing suit type uniforms under there, but you can see there's a little plug. Oops. You just plug it in, and you can imagine that these are hard to find with both parts of their plastic attached, and also their hair is a separate piece. So yeah, most kids probably lost the clothes really fast, then they lost the hair, and then they threw it away. So yeah, I will be selling these as a pair. I don't think I have any other Sailor Moon stuff, if that's what this is. This is definitely a 90s, early 90s anime, but I'm pretty sure it's Sailor Moon. Yeah, these will be for sale as a little pair. And I do have, oh, I love this is like the extra squishy kind. This is Ramen Man from Kinnikuman. And this is the extra bouncy kind, and I'm not an expert on Kinnikuman, so this could potentially be a knockoff or bootleg or something. It does have all the correct markings. And what does it say? Let me get close to my face here. Morinaga. Okay, on the back it says Morinaga, which that tells me that this was a candy toy. So this was like a bonus prize, omake, that was sold with candy and not a gachapon toy made by Bandai. So that means that this is legit, it's official, and it's just different from the others. That's cool. I don't know if it's like worth much. I would imagine it's got some value. So I do have several Kinnikuman lots that I'm going to be posting. They're all like $10 lots, really cheap stuff. $10 or $15. They're not expensive. But maybe I will put together another little lot of unique Kinnikuman and add him to that. So I'm going to stick him over here. Yeah, I'll stick him here. We'll prop him up against that. There we go. We see a couple Dragon Balls here. We have Green Man. This guy was from one of the Dragon Ball Z movies. Garlic Jr.? Was it the Garlic Jr. movie? Dead Zone, I believe. Oh, he's got a tear in his cape. He's got a little tear in his cape. He's cool though. Cool design. Very, before Super Saiyan existed, he had the Super Saiyan Goku haircut. Speaking of Super Saiyan, here is the legendary Super Saiyan himself, Broly. Broly, this keshi right here is a $10 to $20 keshi on its own. I haven't kept up with the Dragon Ball keshi prices. They started to just get crazy, and I was happy that I already had pretty much all of them. So yeah, but yeah, Broly is always typically a more expensive keshi. So I do have some Dragon Ball stuff and Dragon Ball lots I will have up for sale. So if you would like some of that or anything here, again, the link is in the description and it's also in the chat. I pinned it at the top, so check it out. Weekly sales, bi-weekly sales. I'm gonna put him over here. You can hang out with Ramen Man and Green Dude. I don't remember your name. Fake Dead Zone Super Saiyan is your new name. All right, now I picked this up earlier and immediately thought to myself, what the hell is this? It's obviously an eel of some sort. Is this a Nintendo thing? Or at first there's another character that I know of that has this look, but the face is like different. It's got like lips and teeth. This is not the same character I'm thinking of. But yeah, I don't know. Any of you guys know what this is? Another mystery. Sea creature? Sea wiener? I don't know. And the markings, there are some markings. Man, I just need magnifying glass. Markings are there if you guys can see it. I can't see it. Anyway, that'll go in the unidentified pile of things to identify later. We have another Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider, this is V3, right? Kamen Rider V3 in his Henshin pose. Little SD V3. And we had some Kamen Rider stuff over there earlier, but he's probably going to go in the miscellaneous for now, unless I find a good Kamen Rider lot to throw him in. Here's a nice chunky Gundam dude. This is a really big chunky boy. Typically, the Gundam keshi, the SD keshi, are a bit this big. Look at this guy. He's huge. He is much bigger. I don't know much about these lines, but it looks like this is, I guess, maybe more of a finger puppet type line. I don't know. Or thick pencil topper. He's got some writing down there. He's cool. I like these big chunky Gundam robots. All right, so we got a nice little Gundam-ish lot going. Let's move you guys down. How you guys doing in the chat? Everyone having a relaxing morning? Any requests or questions before I get onto the last little pile here on the corner? And then, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be around for a little bit longer. We can do something else. Okay, Ultra, yeah, okay. Toby says, hi, Jeremy. Took me a while to find out how many people are commenting, or how people are commenting. I usually watch YouTube on, I see. Yeah, well, that's, me too. Like, I typically don't interact. When I watch live streams, I typically don't interact. There are a few live streams I interact with people in the chat as my channel name. No one knows who I am in those channels. It's never toy related usually, though. Anyway, but yeah, I noticed a lot of people watch, and they're just kind of chilling or working or something. So no worries if you guys don't have to comment, but I like the interaction. But I like that you guys are here watching and hanging out with me either way. Let's get these ugly cars out of the way because they just look like they were either not, like, it's like someone tried to paint this. They just like took some brown paint and went. Anyway, and we've got a little, this one's got some metallic. Man, yeah, this paint, you can just feel it. I bet that paint's toxic. I'm gonna put that down. I don't need any toxic stuff in my body right now. Oh, hey, here's a little hidden Dragon Ball guy that we missed. This is one of the, this guy is either one of Turles's minions, or he is one of Cooler's minions. I don't remember which one. I know that he fights the Z Warriors on Earth in either Tree of Might or Cooler's Revenge, or Return of Cooler, whatever, the first Cooler movie. I forgot which one's which. Anyway, yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Again, we haven't had any repeat colors on lines, which is nice. Here we go. We've got some, actually, we'll save those. Let's get this guy in here. What is this thing? This thing's cool. This guy or this gal, grumpy old man. What is he holding? Rice cracker? He looks like he's eating. Am I misinterpreting that as not being food? He looks like his cheeks are full. He's got long hair, but I'm guessing this is a, is this an SNK? Let me get this, I want to put this close to my face here. SNK Corp. Yep, it says SNK Corp, so he must be an SNK character from some game. Does anyone know this, recognize this SNK character? If you name him, maybe I'll just toss him into your Patreon box if you're a member. Magnificent World of Toys, what's up, man? Good morning. Jump on my phone to get in the chat. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you. Well, thanks for saying hello. If you guys haven't checked out Magnificent World of Toys, great YouTube channel. He's put up a few new videos recently that I just watched while I've been home from work. Sick at home watching Magnificent World of Toys. Great stuff, man. And Toby says, I watched the Netflix Gundam cuts recently, loved it. Gundam cuts. Oh, okay. So they just like recut Gundam? Gotcha. I know there's also the new Hideaki Anno produced show, which is like, I guess, a reboot of sorts. I haven't watched any of it yet. Okay, Fatal Fury, Fake Off Toys. Well, hey, guess what? Fake Off, this is yours. I'm adding this to your lot of goodies that you grabbed for me. So here you go. Jubei, cool. Thank you for identifying it. I'm gonna mark a little note down so I don't forget at the end of the stream. You like my little Astro Boy notepad? Here you go, Fake Off. All yours. All right, we've got... I'm going to pick these up at the same time because I believe this is the same line, or series, not the same line. These are from Metal Heroes series. Two different ones, actually. And, oh man, this... Actually, both of these are from the early to mid-90s Metal Hero series, when they were kind of in the death throes of ending the Metal Hero line. Toei, you know, because they had Kamen Rider, Metal Heroes, Sentai, so yeah, Metal Heroes line, and kind of merged into Kamen Rider. But yeah, oh shit, his upper torso fell off. Anyway, I don't remember the exact names of these characters. They were like a rescue force. They're not Winspector. They look a lot like Winspector, which I'm familiar with Winspector, but these came a couple years after Winspector. And there's two different ones, I believe. And there's also Soul Brain, which looks similar. And I don't know if one of these guys is Soul Brain and if one of the guys is a rescued team one, but let me know if any of you guys know. You know, there's just so many different Sentai, Metal Heroes, Tokusatsu, everything. There's just so many things to learn, and I try, but you know, there's a certain point where I can't keep up. But these are cool. And I will put these in the miscellaneous section here because I've got some miscellaneous ones. And this guy is interesting because it feels like he's actually a mixture. This is soft vinyl. This top part is vinyl, which is why it popped off. I've never seen this before. This is all keshi. The bottom is keshi. The arms are keshi. Or rather, the keshi itself. It's like you know, your Kenner Star Wars figures. It's like that kind of material. It's all PVC. Essentially, it's just different makeups inside that make it softer. But yeah, I'm always worried about mixing vinyl and PVC, but I guess there's certain ways that you can mix it that it doesn't affect it, because this is a 30-year-old keshi and vinyl stuck together and still moves. It's not melted together, which is really cool. I'm gonna hang on to this guy. I want to do some more research on this, but he will get added to the sales pile eventually. And here's the final item from this lot. We have a big chunky Zeton, and I actually find this big chunky Zeton quite often, and he always sells. He's a popular keshi. He's a big chunky space dinosaur. Even though I've always thought he was a bug, but according to all the merchandising, he's a space dinosaur. But yeah, he's gonna be we'll have a nice little Ultraman lot or two up on Patreon. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, click the link. I do weekly sales, multiple weekly sales of keshi, soft vinyl, toys, action figures, random things. I take requests from members, and we have a lot of fun there. And yeah, I post exclusive content. And yeah, right now I'm going through some medical stuff again. It's literally a year anniversary since I had some weird things going on with me last year. This year's different set of issues could have a relation, but yeah, I'll get that all sorted out Monday, hopefully. But yeah, we do not have to say goodbye here. If you guys want to stick around, I do have this little bag of weird knockoff Toy Story Legos. So yeah, we can hang out if you guys want to. If not, I will slowly try to get myself prepared for bed. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to just rest up, and any support that you guys throw my way, I am always very, very, very thankful. And yeah, I wouldn't do this stuff without you guys. But if you guys want to hang out a little bit longer, I can clean this up, and I'll open up this little bag here. And I will reorganize these guys later. Stick them in my little... Recently I've been using this little glass, or it's not glass, it's plastic. It's a drawer, but been using it to organize stuff. And let's see, I might just... Does anyone want these cars? I typically just, like, especially these really ratty cars, I'll just throw them away. I'll keep the race car, and I'll keep that one. I'll probably throw these away. These are probably toxic. Yeah, don't want toxic crap. We'll keep the cool stuff. All right. All right, anything going on this weekend? Anyone do anything fun? I know there's a screening. I don't like the sad music. There's a screening of Godzilla vs. Hedorah tomorrow here in Tokyo. That's being held by the fashion brand Brain Dead that make very expensive hats and t-shirts. And I know some friends are going, but since my health is not the best right now, I will not be attending. But I hope that anyone that's watching that is attending or is attending the later shows, because I believe they're doing screenings in the US and some other places too, enjoys it. But yeah, this is, man, same thing happened last year. Right when all the cool stuff was starting to happen, because it's usually like around September, October, November, a lot of good, before New Year season, a lot of good events happen, and then I got sick and I missed everything. This year, I hope I don't miss everything again. Really frustrating. Anyway, here's all the stuff from the bag. Check it out. I think that was, you know, $20 well spent. I want to break it up, clean it up, and we'll have it in discount $10 bags on Patreon. Little group lots with a bunch of other stuff. All right. I need a swig of water. Let me put this down real quick. And then, I'm drinking the finest Suntory natural mineral water there, which I almost dumped all over the table. Toby asks, is there a lot of Metal Heroes keshi? You've really got me into Jiban. I apologize. Gavan and Sharavan. Yes, there is a lot of Metal Heroes keshi. I've sold a couple of different ones. There's a big clear. Was it Gavan or Sharavan? Maybe they made both. Maybe it was Jespion. It's one of those Eon people. They made a giant clear keshi figure that's got like guts. And it comes in a big box. It's like this big. It's really cool. But it tends to, I don't know, the material doesn't tend to hold up well. So they have to have been stored in a really good condition for them to be worth, like, I don't know, displaying. I found some good condition ones before. I've sold a couple. I found some really ratty ones before, and I think I've just threw them in the trash because they were just like falling apart. But yeah, anyway, there's a bunch of different ones too in the standard size. Metal Heroes was pretty much a thing at the height of the keshi boom. All right, let's dump this out. Now, that previous bag was from Mandarake Microcan. This bag was from a hobby off in Hachioji. The Echo Town. Actually, I picked up a bunch of stuff there, but like I picked up so much stuff, it would have been like a 7-hour live stream if I would have shown you guys everything. This was a couple weeks back. I went out and toy hunted my heart out the last few weeks, and I don't know if I'm paying for it now, but now I've got a mountain of toys to sell behind me. But I've been dealing with the health thing, so I haven't even had any time to do a good sale in over a week. So I will have a giant one tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at this stuff in here. Fun fact, the very first gift that I bought my wife when we first met in person, if you know the whole story, we met as kind of pen pals when I was working in Columbus, Ohio, and homeless. That was fun. She met me around that point. I was using the public library at the Columbus downtown area, and I was talking to her there. And there was a period where I was living with my bus driver that used to drive me to Walmart. And yeah, during that period, I bought a Buzz Lightyear toy because she was really into Toy Story. My barely employed homeless self living with a bus driver bought her a Buzz Lightyear and gave it as her first gift. And then our children, after they were born, promptly ripped its head off. So it's my son now collects Toy Story. He owns, I think, 3 or 4 Buzz Lightyears now in different boxes. He has Japanese. He has one that speaks Japanese. He has one that speaks English. He has loose. He has boxed. The original version box. He has the brand new version box. It's crazy. But now we have too many Buzz Lightyears. So anytime I find like little lots of Toy Story stuff, I pick it up. And when I saw this Buzz Lightyear and his face, I could not pass it up. I mean, if you've ever seen was it Toy Story 3 or 4 that's got the spork guy, Sporky? It looks like that's his face, but it's on Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, just fun little things. Woody looks, I don't know. I don't like the way he's looking, right? Actually, here's his hand. Let's give him his hand so he doesn't kill me. There we go. All right. Woody's hand. Jessie needs her hat. Jessie doesn't look too bad, actually. I mean, yeah, I mean, compared to these other ones, she fared the best. I can't say the same for the alien. I mean, look at that guy. Does he have legs? You guys see alien legs? I don't see any alien legs. I don't think he has any. There's extra Buzz Lightyear legs, so I guess that's what he's gonna get. Sorry. It's extra Jessie torso, Woody parts, Zurg's torso. Oh, we got the army guy, and he's got a rifle. That's nice. Oh, we got extra cowboy hats too. Maybe we can give him this hat. Oh, that's the wrong way. Is this hair? I think this is hair. Yeah, that's hair. That's not a hat, that's hair. Whose hair is that? It's like the wrong hair color. If this was yellow, it looks like the hair from the caddy in Happy Gilmore. I tried watching Happy Gilmore too. Have any of you guys tried to watch? Have any of you guys that are fans of Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison, the early Adam Sandler movies? Did any of you try to watch Happy Gilmore Part 2? I tried to watch it. It made me really depressed, and I turned it off after half of the movie. Yeah, I don't know. It had the I chuckled a couple times at a couple gags, but I just felt depressed, so I turned that shit off. Do not recommend. Sorry, Adam Sandler. Seemed like a really, I don't know, just lame cash grab. And with that being said, here's the final item. This is the creepiest Woody toy I've ever seen in my life, and I love it. He dangles. He's actually got the puppet action. My daughter said he looked like a character, and she showed me the name of it, Peepo or something. Whatever it was, it looked just like this. But I have no idea what it was. It's from a game. I think it was like a tree man or something that his face looked like that. Creepy. Anyway, that was just some random crap I had laying next to the desk that I hadn't really gone through fully yet. I am going to be keeping this Woody. My kids said they were not that interested in these guys, but I'll probably hold on to the main cast here. But if anyone wants some extra Lego parts to Frankenstein, let me know. I'll throw them in your Patreon box for free. All the parts that my kids don't want from this little bag. All right, well, hey, we've come to the end of the main bags I was going to show. It is now 12:30. We've been doing the stream a little under an hour. Your film standards are pretty low. You liked it? Hey, maybe it's fine. Maybe it was just my mindset. I've not been in the greatest mindset the last couple of days, and I think I turned it on like, oh, I'll watch a comedy. That'll be good. And it was just so depressing. Like, the first half was so depressing. I was like, never mind. Fuck this. So anyway, I'm sure I'll revisit it at some point. I'd probably rather just watch the original. My kids, I don't think have ever seen those movies. I'll probably show them at some point. I'm curious. Sorry if you guys got a big view of my mouth. I was bending down to pick up something. I did show my kids Step Brothers. That was a mistake. They did not like that, which is funny because that's me and my wife's one of our favorites, and we don't like a lot of the same movies. Thank you very much, Lance. All right, guys. Well, I would be down to take any requests if there's anything you guys want to see or discuss. If you want to talk about a certain line, have me take some stuff down from my shelf, or want me to answer a question, now is the time. I can go a little bit longer. Yeah, Step Brothers. It's a comedy with Will Ferrell and oh, what's the other guy's name? Oh, I know his name. Yeah, the Will Ferrell one. The really raunchy one. We forgot how we saw it in the theaters, and like again, my wife will fall asleep watching 15 minutes worth of Lord of the Rings or something like that. She doesn't do fantasy, she doesn't do sci-fi. She can do standard suspense and romance. That's good. But for some reason, she loved Step Brothers. So yeah, once my kids were like old enough to kind of get the humor and, you know, us not be too worried about them, you know, what was gonna, but we totally forgot how raunchy it was. We completely forgot how raunchy it was. We're like, oh wait, we shouldn't have showed them that yet. But it's too late now. So. Yeah, I forgot about the nut sack on the drum, and oh man, so many things. Great movie though. Kemba. No, I do not have any Kemba toys. I have a lot of Astro Boy stuff. I have seen Kemba toys around. I don't see Kemba stuff as much. I do know that they made some lines that that went along with the Astro Boy stuff, where they did like series 1 would be like Kemba and another Tezuka animation, and then the next line would be Astro Boy and Metropolis or something like that. I've seen them around. So if any of you guys are members and you want to request something like that, just let me know, and I always pick up anything that if members are like, hey, can you keep out an eye for this, or hey, can you get more of these types of things, or can you get more of this franchise's toys? I always take that to heart and pick them up, and they will always appear in the sales as long as I can find them. I do have one Spiral Zone. It's not for sale, but I'll take it out if you guys want to see it. We can talk about Spiral Zone a little bit. I don't know a ton about Spiral Zone, but a little bit. All right, here is the only Spiral Zone toy that I have in my collection. I just wanted one example of these guys, and you guys can see these were gashapon toys. Let me move them back here. And they're plastic. They're like little plastic kits, essentially. Get a little humanoid character inside with his armor, his helmet. And they also had some other... This was not the only line of Spiral Zone. There was some keshi, and obviously the full action figure line, which I have seen and been tempted to buy, but I haven't bought it. I just like the way these look. There's a newer line of gashapon that are bottle cap firing mechanism toys that are heavily inspired by these. They look like these, but without the pilot. They just look like they're ships and stuff. But yeah, you squeeze them and they shoot out little bottle cap shaped discs that look like tank treads. They're pretty cool. I have them for sale occasionally. But yes, Spiral Zone, like maybe E. McNeil knows more than I do, but these were like it was Japanese franchise, right? But then they made an animated series or something in the U.S. that was like short-lived or didn't quite get off the ground. I don't know the specifics. I know that I've seen, I've read about it in the past, and I've also seen Toy Galaxy did, I think, a nice video about it, the history of Spiral Zone. It's just one of those things I always thought it was cool. I just never really got super into, so I never really learned everything about it. But you know, they're not that common, so when I do find them, they're expensive. But if you guys want them, I will pick them up when I find them. But, you know, with the more harder to find things and more expensive things, I don't like to pick them up unless people are asking for them. For the Patreon members. So for those that aren't aware, I have a Patreon page, I do weekly sales, and I take member requests. And there are a few different tiers, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And if you want to build your collection, I'm one of the few places that is shipping to the United States, currently. So if you want to get your stuff shipped to the US, I can still do it. There are ways to do it, and so far everything I've been sending has been going through just fine. And yeah. It started as a serialized novel. Gotcha. Cool. Got really cool art, that's for sure. Do you have a collection of translucent keshi? I guess yes, I do. I have a lot of translucent keshi. I have. I'll get some real quick. I'll show you. I'm not gonna. A lot of the other ones are stacked up. I don't want to knock the stacks over, but here's one example. I have a few different cases like this. I keep most of my keshi stored in these like jewelry cases, and I have a entire case of nothing but translucent Kamen Rider black keshi. I have a case of nothing but entirely translucent Kaiju keshi. I think I have one that's mostly Ultraman, and then one that's like all Godzilla, and then one that's all mixed. But yeah, this is all Dragon Ball Z, and if you know anything about the Dragon Ball Z keshi, these translucent ones are some of the more sought after and expensive ones. So I usually keep the ones that I find. So I've got a nice little selection of them. They didn't make translucent versions of every single sculpt. Here, let me open it up. I know like the people that buy Dragon Ball stuff from me typically don't buy much else other than like Godzilla. And then a lot of the people that are into the tokusatsu stuff don't really care about Dragon Ball at all. So I like all of it. So I love Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Wouldn't be here without it. That's what landed me working at the manga studio. But yeah, here you can see these are just beautiful, especially in the lighting setup that I have with the backlit LED. And dollar store light, man, you don't need much. It doesn't cost much to just light up a little space on your table for photos and little videos like this. Oh, here's one of my favorite ones. Great Saiyaman Gohan, Goku's son, dressed as a superhero, inspired by Machine Mask Man and one other tokusatsu character. But yeah, he does a bunch of weird poses like a Sentai character, directly inspired from all that stuff. Oh, here's another favorite of mine. Goku doing the Genki Dama, the Spirit Bomb. And I have him in the Spirit Bomb colors, because they produce these in a few different colors. But yeah, I kept the one. I don't like to keep multiples in different colors. I like to keep my favorite color of that single sculpt and keep a variety. You know, typically when you find these, they're going to be in like little bagged lots, little group lots. I think when I see these little Dragon Ball ones like this in the little group lots, you might get like a dozen of them, and they might be like 3,000 yen, 3,000 to 4,000 yen for a dozen of them, something like that. Again, there's not many places that sell these kind of things. There's literally only a handful of shops that carries these kind of things consistently, and you're gonna find, you know, more online, I guess, these days especially, but people are selling them individually. So that's one perk. If you're a member, I don't typically sell keshi individually. I sell them as group lots, and I'm selling them much cheaper than you're going to find them on eBay, or then you're going to end up paying after buy paying fees, and then now with all the extra tariffs and all the extra holding fees, yeah, it'll be much cheaper to go through me if you're trying to get stuff like that. But yeah, it's fun to collect these. The Dragon Ball Keshi in general are expensive compared to a lot of the other Keshi lines. I would say SD Gundam are the easiest thing to collect because they're abundant and they're cheap. They're not always complete, but There's tons of them. Kinuka Man, there's tons of Kinuka Man. You can collect those for relatively cheap as well if you're not going after crazy stuff. Yeah. Cool. You've got some translucent ones. Yeah, they are fun. They look really nice in nice lighting too. Just gotta keep them away from the sunlight. You know, they will discolor. Any other requests? Things you guys want to see before I shut down and wind down? I'm still good to go. I'm a night owl. It's been really hard for me to sleep recently, just with the medical issues. So the more I can wear myself down, I'm literally just sitting here relaxing. So the more I can wear myself down talking, the faster I'll fall asleep. Do I collect mini micro figures? What do you mean? Do you mean like micro machines, or do you mean like action figures that are tiny? If yes and yes, maybe. But I kind of need a better example of what you mean. And did I miss any questions? Sorry, let me run back up. I feel like I've missed something. Okay, looks like I read everything. Cool. Yeah, don't eat them. Don't eat those. Action figures that are tiny. Gotcha. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. So yeah, so it needs to be articulated. Yeah, articulated action figures. Let me see what my smallest action figures are. Give me just a second. Astro Boy, keep them busy. Everyone just stare into Astro Boy's eyes while I'm gone, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, you didn't mean Microman, did you? Because I do collect Microman. I didn't grab any Microman. And I do collect... I do have some of the smaller lines that are like the mask scale lines, but they are all in a... I recently moved them all to a storage bin in the other room, so I cannot grab those. I do have these. I don't know if these count because I'm just grabbing what I can reach and see. Okay, so this just ties in what we were talking about earlier. So this is another of the Dragon Ball lines. This is a Keshi line, but it's Keshi arms, Keshi head, Keshi waist, but the stomach or the torso is plastic. So these are technically action figures because they have 5 points of articulation. Or no, 4 points of articulation. There are some that have 5 points of articulation. There's different lines. That's one there. Here's another one. I do like these little mini figure kits that have action features and things. But I guess these are more of like a plastic model. And then I also like to collect these figures like this that have like little gimmicks that are tiny. Like this is a Chinese vampire, Kyonshi. And his arms pop up. I love this thing. And I got this in a junk bag. This was in one of those, this was in like a Keshi junk bag. Probably in one of my old streams. And it looks like it was originally attached to something, but yeah, it balances. You can just stick it up. It stands up on its own. I love it. I love the first few Kyonshi movies too. Great movies. Or Mr. Vampire movies. Spooky encounters. Oh man, that's dude. I had like 5 of these available, and I think I did a trade with 2 of them. I might have more. I need to double check, but I had one left. I had one for sure left, and I just promised it to a Japanese friend that has the Guinness World Record for Dragon Ball collectibles. He recently found a different color, and I offered him a alternate color because I'm going to be interviewing him soon. So in a couple months, I will be going to his house to document his collection, which has been documented before, but it's been a couple years, so it's been growing. But yeah, he's still the Guinness World Record Dragon Ball collector. And yeah, he's a longtime friend of mine, Uchida-san. He has a YouTube channel. His YouTube name is Hin-san, Hinsan. And yeah, it's all in Japanese, of course, but you know, it's got AI subtitles now. You can sub and dub anything now. Even my channel. You can watch my channel in French or German. I've done it and laughed at myself a bit. Thank you. Yeah, I love that one. I have a nice little selection of Chinese vampire toys. I had a bunch of them on my desk for a while, but I think I've moved them all to my glass showcase. So yeah, the actual small action figures I wanted to show are in my storage room, and it's past midnight. I'm not going to go dig those out in the dark. But yeah. Jumping vampires, Kyonshi, Jiangxi. There's a couple different ways you can spell it. I'll type it in the chat. All right, Jiangxi, and I think there's a way you can spell it with a Y too. But in Japan, they say Kyonshi, and a lot of the merchandise is made here. There you go. You can search either of those terms. It should pop up. If you want to watch, I did a short video edit. If you go to my channel and scroll down to a video that says Dead Kung Fu, it's got like a zombie Kung Fu guy. Click that, and it gives you a little information about the very first Kyungshi movie, which is my favorite. Sammo Hung directed and starring, called Spooky Encounters. Yeah, highly recommended. Yes, definitely add it. Great movie. It is. That has one of the most batshit bizarre and crazy endings I've ever seen. Like 3 things happen, like boom, boom, boom. You're just like, what? I can't believe they did all this shit to people. Like half of it's just like shit they were actually doing to people, like physically. It's crazy. All right. I think the chat seems like everyone's chilled out, and I don't have any more requests. Unless someone pops one in, I'm gonna end it. But if someone has a request, we still got 23 people watching, so that means you guys must want to see something else. Just let me know. It's rare that I do these streams and have open requests, so now's the chance. But maybe I'll do more, especially if the health is, if it keeps going like this. Yeah, maybe I'll do more if it's one of the only things I can do other than the weekly sales. All right, guys. Well, I don't see any requests coming in. I know there's a delay. Microman, yes. Hey, I do have a few Microman for sale. Although I think you grab almost everything I've had, so I think you've gotten most of it already. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep doing these. I will keep doing these. I do like the interaction. At some point, I'll probably show my face. I don't like showing my face. I really don't. I don't even like hearing my own voice. But this format's better if I can show you guys my face for now. You guys want to see my face? Or I'll turn it around. Hi. Maybe that's better. You guys see me. Now I gotta look at myself on the monitor. All right. Let's see. Oh, now all the comments are popping. All I had to do was put my sexy mug on here, right? I need a haircut, man. I know you think I'm joking. Look at my hairline. It's so sad. All right, let's see here. My favorite bootleg figure. Let's see. Let's. I'll read them all. I'll read through all of them. Then maybe I can just grab them all at the same time. Favorite bootleg figure did I ever find robots that are like Forbidden Planet or Lost in Space robot? Yeah, there are. I actually have, not quite like that, but I have one down here. I recently been seeing these around. This is obviously not the Lost in Space robot, but I do find a lot of 10 toy robot toys from, these are obviously reissues based on the ones from the 50s and 60s. But yeah, I do see Robbie the Robot and the like. They're usually never cheap. I know Norman, my friend Norman, wants one if he doesn't already have one. I know we've talked about it before. Like the originals look really cool. Okay, favorite bootleg figure. Do I have any Zaborger or Rainbow Man? I do find Zaborger stuff. I don't find Rainbow Man stuff often, but I never really heard much about Rainbow Man until like the last couple of years, and I've had some people started talking about it. But I don't find it much. Are there Ghost in the Shell keshi in your background? Is there a keshi in my background? There is. There's not really Ghost in the Shell keshi, but there is a Ghost in the Shell figure that is essentially a keshi. It came with a plastic model kit. It used to be on my desk. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out where I put it. Favorite bootleg figure, Ghost in the Shell keshi. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I want to tilt my camera this way just so. I'm wearing pajama pants and I don't want you guys looking at my ass. Oh, I also wanted to show you guys something else that I set aside. Favorite bootleg figure. Yeah, so you guys can get a closer view of all this weird stuff that I have over here on the wall that you don't get to see. I'll back up a little bit. Get a better view of this. This is my desk wall. Favorite bootleg toy and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Ghost in the Shell keshi. Man, I really thought that Ghost in the Shell keshi was on my desk. Where did I put it? Maybe I put it all together in a bag somewhere. If that's the case, then we're out of luck. But I will find my favorite bootleg. Okay, I'm back. All right, you know it's really hard to pick a favorite bootleg. I think for any toy that's the case, and it depends on like the season, the mood I'm in, you know what I mean, and also what I can find when I'm looking around because I've got too much crap in here. But actually, this is probably one of the more recent bootlegs I picked up, and within the last year, and I got this in a trade with someone that is watching currently, and it's this guy right here. Check this out. And I got this from none other than Fake Off Toys, who is in the chat, or was in the chat, if he's still not. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite recent bootleg pickups. This is Godzilla, Millennium Godzilla. It's either Godzilla 2000 or the Kiryu Goji from the movie where he fights Mechagodzilla. It's like a hybrid of the two suits almost. But anyway, it's Millennium era Godzilla, but it's a rubber squeak toy. And it's painted in Jurassic Park like jungle colors, or like Rastafari colors. But yeah, I love it. I love this thing. So yeah, Fake Off Toys posted this last year, and I saw it and I was like, I've gotta have that. And he brought it all the way from Spain to Tokyo. But that was at the point where I was hospitalized, and then I went to the US to be with my family. So he brought it to Japan and left it at Nope Cafe, Ken's Cafe. But yeah, I love this guy. I love it. So thank you very much. And I traded him some Evangelion stuff. Oh, hey, I was looking for this before the stream. That's one of I have so many favorite bootleg toys. Like I've got favorite Dragon Ball bootleg toys. I've got other Godzilla bootlegs I love. I've got things that should be bootlegs that aren't bootlegs. They're officially licensed somehow. Oh, I did want to show you guys this. Did you guys see my post on Instagram? It was literally the last post I made like an hour and a half before I ended up in the emergency room. I was vibing, and in an instant it changed. Anyway, I took a picture of this too, but I didn't post it, so I'll just show this to you guys. This is a little bit of, you can see a couple of the yo-yos in here, but this is all my Sukebandeka keshi and other little artifacts, miniature yo-yos, paperwork, plastic origami, little badge. We've got multiples of the Tekkaman version, her Iron Mask, Flesh keshi. I've got this, one of my prized possessions I found this at a toy show, vintage gashapon Sukebandeka 2 yo-yo with the paperwork inside. I love that. It's one of my favorite things in my collection. So yeah, if you don't know what that is, I have a whole video series about Sukebandeka. Check it out. Schoolgirls with yo-yos beating each other up. Fantastic. I did see the new Jurassic Park movie, and I actually enjoyed it because I went in with expectations being, hey, this is going to be a monster movie and people being chased by dinosaurs. That's pretty much my expectations, and I knew that was what it was. And it was, they took a few different ideas that have kind of been thrown around in Jurassic Park lore and comics and things, and some scenes from the original novel. Jurassic Park the novel is one of my favorite books of all time. If you've never read it, highly recommend it. Very different from the movie. Not for the faint of heart. It's it opens up with like a baby's face being eaten. Literally, that's how Jurassic Park the novel opens. Not for kids. I read it in 4th grade and it changed my life. Yeah. All right, man. Hey, good night. Thanks for joining Fake Off. And let's see. Yeah, that's right. That's right. There is a 2-headed version of this, as he just mentioned. So if anyone spots that, let us know. He's after it. I'm happy with the 1-headed version. And yeah, speaking of the new Jurassic Park movie, I bought a bunch of the toys because, you know. Yeah, you guys want to see my Jurassic Park stuff? My collection? Here, I'll turn this around. We'll go mobile. I don't really show. I did a whole video on this, but unless you really care about Jurassic Park, you probably never saw it. My Jurassic Park collection. You'll notice I'm only collecting the Japanese cards. So all of these are Japanese releases. Japanese releases. Japanese. I even have the Chorokyu Jurassic Park The Ride. Yeah, some more dinosaurs and stuff. And there's T-Rex down there. Also, where's the Japanese? Also Japanese. Where's the... Yeah, there you go. You can see the Japanese writing down there. And then I've got a big Rex buried over there. He's... Yeah, where am I looking here? Oh, yeah, this thing. Check this out. Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex, original home video poster from the video shops for the 2nd season. This came out when I was working at the manga studio. I remember seeing this at the video rental shops, the Tsutaya, across from my manga studio. So when I saw this pop up online, I was like, I gotta have that. So Natsukashi. Hey, this is better, right? I should have just done this earlier. Just bring you guys over here. But the only sad thing is I can't see the chat really. So yeah, I'm gonna walk back to the computer and yeah, just get a quick little look at some of this stuff before I walk back to the computer. Oh, here's all the stuff I have for sale, by the way. I have to get all this for sale soon, so buy some of this stuff. It's several layers deep. Oh, I just got these in the mail too. I had to rejig this whole corner up here. The Ecto Glow. I had an original Ecto Glow Egon in my collection that was over there for forever. And then I replaced that with all Japanese carded X-Men. See? Japanese cards. Well, not all. These are all original, but these are Japanese. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought. Forgot what I was talking about. I don't dust that often. I get OCD and move things around a lot and dust some things. There's probably a lot more dust on that side than you can see. But yeah, I try to keep it dust free as much as possible. I really need to get a air circulator thing in here. That would help. All right. Oh, I went over to get the Jurassic Park toys, the new ones, and I forgot about it. Oh, I bought a bunch more, but these two are two of my favorites. The T-Rex toy. This is a great T-Rex toy. And I took the batteries out of this thing. I don't like battery operated toys, but it's cool. It's got a friction motor. So it works without a battery. I love it. Love this design too. And this is Spinosaurus. And I don't know if you recognize the color pattern, but you should, because they totally took it straight off of Megalon. Did you guys notice that? I did. And who directed the movie? Gareth Edwards. Directed Godzilla 2014. Huge Godzilla fan. He even said he had Godzilla on the brain when he was making the movie. You can kind of see that in one of the sequences, -1 specifically. And the other dinosaur, the Titanosaurus, which I do not have the toy of, that's the big long neck dinosaur. Titanosaurus is the kaiju that fights Mechagodzilla, right? Check the coloring on that dinosaur and Titanosaurus from Toho. It's the exact same. So yeah, little Easter eggs that I don't think anyone's really pointed out yet that I noticed right off the bat. Let's see here. Jurassic Park 2 or 3 movie, the kid gets eaten by the tiny dinos. Yeah, that was Jurassic Park 2, Lost World. It's the little girl. She doesn't get eaten. I think if you read it, they say she just gets... Those dinosaurs are supposed to be poisonous. I know a lot about it. I was a huge Jurassic Park nerd. I still am. But yeah. But no, in the book, it's like... The opening of the book, the dinosaurs have already gotten off the island. They've already escaped. The opening of the book is like InGen and like shadow government. I can't remember specifically, but they're like burning carcasses and stuff, and already on the mainland, like off of Costa Rica and stuff. And yeah, there's just like I think it's like a nanny comes in and to check a baby, and there's a dinosaur hunched over the baby's crib. That is, and yeah, I'm not gonna say any more, but man, that's how the book opens, and did not expect that. So just know that going in, because it is graphic. The whole book is extremely graphic. But it's a very good book. And the second book is way... I actually don't like The Lost World. A lot of people really like Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. I've never really liked it. I really like the second book though. Again, just a big nerd. Let's see. And then Magnificent World of Toys. Thanks for doing this, Jeremy. I always enjoy your content. Until next time. Oh, thanks, man. I guess you've already left. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, everyone, check out Magnificent World of Toys. Another great YouTube channel about toys that interviews the creators and toy makers, and good stuff. He came out here and interviewed me too. I'm on there. All right, guys, it looks like we're starting to drop off in viewers. So, I'm down to hang out, but if you guys are satisfied, I will come back and do this again. Don't worry. And I do need to prepare for tomorrow's sale. So it'll probably be 24 hours from around the time that this stream went up. So if you're a Patreon member, or if you're interested in joining as a member, yeah, I'll post a notification 12 hours before that. But keep your eyes open. I have a huge sale I'm going to be posting, probably a couple, but one tomorrow coming for sure. Lots of small $10 stuff, lots of big, really nice treasure too. So, a little bit of everything. This has been really cool. Enjoyed the peaks of my collection and sorting the miscellaneous keshi bag. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much, McNeil. And I will be doing it again soon. So catch you guys next time. That music break sounds like a good time to shut it off. Thanks again. Thanks, Lance. See you guys next time. Thanks everybody that watched. I will leave it up and you guys can enjoy it on repeat. If you missed the beginning, check it out. Bye-bye. I never know how to turn these off. Oh, yeah.